Ladies and gentlemen, 10 years back, if you see, the biggest problem in life or family was getting a job, setting up a business, getting married, having a house, maintaining a good health, etc. etc. But today, the biggest problem in life or biggest problem in our small little families is parenting. Yes, a very new, nice, beautiful word, parenting. And parenting is a biggest problem today. It should have been a blessing actually, but today we see in the mobile families, parenting is a problem. Parents feel it extremely difficult to take care of their kids. And who are complaining? Who are complaining that they feel extremely difficult in taking care of their kids? Difficulty in taking care of their kids? Who are complaining? Those who have one kid or two, maximum 3 kids, they are complaining. In olden days, minimum there were 5 kids. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have seen and heard about 11 kids in a single family. Those people, those parents never ever complained about parenting. But who are complaining? Who are having 1, 2 or maximum 3. Now what is the solution for this? Solution is pretty simple. They never faced any problem. You are facing problem, so you have to learn from them. As simple as that. That doesn't mean that you should also have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 kids. I am not telling that, nor I am promoting a big family. It is like, yes, this modern world, we need a small little family, or we call it as mobile families, where parents and kids, 1 or 2 kids. It's extremely difficult because parents go for working, both the parents go for working, and there is no one else in the family, and at the same time the cost also plays a very significant or a vital role. So I'm not promoting you to have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 kids to follow them, no, but they, when they have huge or 5, 6, 7 kids, they were following certain things. Those things are, or those are the formulas or solution for your current problem, so we have to learn from them. What are those things? Simple. I'm not going to make it more complicated. There are maybe around 6 to 7 things which I want to tell, which those people is to practice. That is the reason why they never face the problem of parenting. And you are not practicing it today. That is the reason you are facing the problem of parenting, where you are not able to control your own kids, 1 or 2 kids. Okay, the first point and the important point is lacking in confidence. You are seeing your kids are lacking in confidence today. As in when you take them out, those people shy to talk to people, nor they are active to come in front of people. This is the problem faced by the young kids or the little ones. Normally parents complain saying that my son is very active, very comfortable at home in front of us, but when I take him to a party or a gathering there or a picnic there, he never mingle with anyone, nor he is active, nor is talking to anyone, nor is smiling, nor is wishing. These are the problems. The reason is, in olden days, there were 3 generation people in one single roof. Under one single roof, there were 3 generation, grandparents, parents and kids. So there were 7, 8, 9 people in a house. So that's why they are habituated or familiar with talking to many number of people. But today you have father, mother, 1 brother or maybe 1 sister, so on and so forth. The volume of people in a single house is smaller or diminishing. So that's the reason why today your kids are familiar with those 3, 4 people, but when they come out and see a larger crowd, they feel it extremely difficult or the confidence level is lacking. So that's why the solution for this is you have to make your kids to talk to many people. Ask them to make friends. Friends how? Your neighbors. Though now the flat style is going on, yes, you are staying in a flat, but definitely there are neighbors. Most of the people don't know who are staying in their neighborhood, which is a sad story today. Make your kids to talk to them. I'm sure there will be also kid in the neighboring houses. Ask them to talk to them. Your school friends. Mingle your kids with their age group itself. I'm not asking them to mingle with the elders. with their own age group. Let them talk to as many as possible. So that's when the confidence is built. Second point, the digital device addiction, or we call it gadgets addiction. Today, if 5 minutes a kid is getting, he or she would like to go on a mobile, on an iPad, on a laptop, on a computer, video game, so on and so forth. So addiction to gadgets or addiction to electronic devices. In olden days, they never had it at all. So there was no option. That doesn't mean you throw it out, no. But what is the solution for this? Dear parents, it is your responsibility that you spend a lot of time with them. I'm sure you are going and both the parents are working. Yes. If both the parents are not working, one of the parents is at home, spend a lot of time with your kid, talking to them, activity. If you are cooking, for example, mother is cooking in a kitchen, take your kid there. He or she may learn something. He or she may spend some time there. Keep your kids with yourself. If both the parents are working, that's okay. Evening you are coming. Evening you are spending time with your kids. Take them outside for a walk, for a jog, for a play. Play with them. You be like a kid. Simple. Spend some time with. If you spend some time, your kids don't want those gadgets. Your kids want that gadgets because they don't have anyone to play. You be that source for them to play. Okay. Third point, very important. Improper eating habits. Your kids, the parents complain saying that my son, my daughter, at wrong time he eats this and that. He's addicted to the junk food. Who are giving those junk food? It's you, my dear parents. You are giving those junk food. Stop giving them, or make it an occasionally, or give them a target. If they achieve target, definitely take them. Okay. So, but improper eating habits, first you as a parent should correct it. How to correct? Point number one, sleep on time in the night. Because most of the parents, because now there is no one to advise, because in olden days there were the elder generation or the senior generation, I would say grandparents, they used to shout, it is 9 o'clock in the night, it is 10 o'clock in the night, it's time to go and sleep. So that irritation was there, that a message was coming every day. So that's when you used to go for bed at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. But today they are, due to mobile family system, grandparents are not with you to give that message every now and then. But it's your responsibility, my dear parents, that 9 o'clock, 9:30, 10, make it a point you go to your bed with your kids. Very important, with your kids. Because I know on the weekends, let's enjoy, let's spend some time on this and that activity. Maybe at 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, you change their timings. Let them sleep on time. They will get up on time. Breakfast will be taken on time. Afternoon lunch will be taken on time. Evening snacks will be taken on time. Night dinner is taken on time. But the time management is not in your kids' hand. They are too small to do that. It's in your hands, my dear parents. Once you give a morning breakfast, ensure that till morning 1 o'clock, do not give such a food or junk food where their hunger is killed. Normally we give at 8 o'clock breakfast. Normally the breakfast, you get up at 8 o'clock, you give breakfast at 10 o'clock. So by the time in 12 o'clock they will eat something else, and improper eating habits. It's in your hand. Timing is very important. Going to bed, getting up from the bed is in your hand. Please follow this. Next point. No mood for studies. Why? Why? Because an individual, for that matter, kids cannot think a lot of things like me and you. Their thinking capacity is limited. Okay. As and when you give a lot of luxuries to them, they are happy. They're happy with gadgets, they're happy with clothes, they're happy with good food, they're happy with all the facilities they have, of the luxurious life they're happy with. But when you ask them to study, it is a struggle. It is a non-interesting item. So reduce your luxuries. You may have a huge amount of money, wealth with you. Yes, that doesn't mean that you pour on them, you push on them. No, it is for you. You have earned it. You have struggled for it. Keep it for you. As and when required, at the comfort zone, give it. I'm not asking you to just fulfill the necessities. No, give them a comfort life. But ensure that when you're giving a luxurious life, be little careful. Be little careful. That's when there are no luxuries, they struggle every now and then here and there because they know evening it's time for me to play, so they will wait till the evening. At the same time, they know this is a time for study, they will wait for that. It is you who parents should make wait for them. But what we do, as and when something is asked, we provide. Though we have, though we don't have, I've seen parents that don't effort to give that, but still they force themselves to give luxuries to their kids, which is wrong. Don't give luxuries, give necessities. If possible, occasionally give some comfort level also, but be careful when you're giving luxurious things. Constant complaining, constant complaining. Mama, I want this. Mama, I want that. Mama, I'm not happy with this. Mama, Dada, I'm not happy with this. Constant complaining. Whatever you give to your kids, still there is a negative thought. Still there is a complaint. And you get anger on that. You get angry on it. And that you show your anger on your kids. No. Don't do that. Instead, whenever your kids are complaining about this, that and all, when they complain, when you give something, if you don't give, in olden days there were very limited resources or things for the kids to play, so that's when they were depending on natural things. Evening going out on a ground or a play to play with their friends, it was a luxury for them. But what you do, you give all the facilities within those four walls. That's the reason why they complain now and then. And especially your kids going to school, a lot of complaints you get today. Why? Because you give everything at home, they don't get it there. They have to follow rules and regulation over there. They find it extremely difficult to do that. But if those rules and regulations are followed by you in your home, I am sure it will be easy for them and the complaining level will come down. You should entertain it. Listen to their complaints, one or two. That doesn't mean that you fulfill their requirements. Instead, make them understand that this complaining, there are kids who don't have what you have. These kind of understanding words will take them to that understanding level where the complaining, the number of complaints will reduce. So it's very important you entertain your kids. All right. The next point which I want to, which parents come up with is angry and aggressiveness. 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. See the anger in the kids. See the aggressiveness in that kids. Who are the reason for this? I would say your kids, when they make mistake, you don't punish them. So basically your kids lack fear. They don't know what is fear. That's when that aggressiveness comes out. That's when that anger comes out. You, for that individual, when you know everything is going as per your words, everything is going as per your thoughts, everything is going as per your plans, would you keep any fear in you? No. You will be happy. You will be in a comfort zone to achieve them. In the same way, when kids, when they have everything, when they get everything, when they feel that all luxuries are in them, so slightly mismatch will create anger, aggressiveness. But remember, my dear parents, it's in your hands. As and when your kid is getting aggressive, as and when your kid is showing anger, it is your responsibility not to be liberal. Instead, be strict and show the double amount of aggressiveness, the double amount of anger on your kids. For the first instant when they show, I am sure they will not continue it. But instead, you entertain them. When they are small, when they show anger, you feel like, oh, my son, my daughter is, see, getting bigger, like a big young boy or a girl. That anger is coming out, the aggressiveness is coming. You feel very happy. No, at that point, it's your duty to correct. Also, when your kids are a little bit grown up, when they show anger and aggressiveness, you say it's been a habit for my son, it's been a habit for my daughter. It's not been a habit. It is you who made that habit. Stop it. Do not allow your kids to raise your voice than yours. Do not allow your kids to show that anger and aggressiveness than yours. Yours should be at the top. Your kids will automatically reduce it. This is one of the points. Second point, kids lying. They lie a lot at a very young age. Maybe 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, your kids lie. Initially, when they lie, you will come to know it's a lie, but still you entertain it. Saying that, okay, it's okay, my son, tomorrow when he understands the thing, he may correct himself, he may modify himself. You entertain it instead. Instead, when the first lie comes out from your kid's mouth, it is your duty to tell that you are lying, I know it, do not lie in future. If you lie, so and so the punishment is. If you show this message, if you give that message to that young brain, I am sure the lying will reduce. But what we do, when we know that my kid or my son or daughter is lying, we entertain it, we would accept it. Though we know it is lying, we don't show that, we instead show a smile that my child is becoming smart. It is not smarter, it is destroying the good attitude in your son or a daughter. So kindly do not entertain lying. As and when the kid is lying, show that aggressiveness from your end. Slightly small little punishment, small little sacrifices you have to do as a parent. That's when you can see a bright future of your kids. Next, the last important point, the rivalry between siblings. One or two, as I already mentioned, you have two kids or one kid or three kids, and there is a rivalry in between. Why? We create that competition in them. As and when something happens, we compare our kids. We compare our kids to someone in our village or someone from our city, someone from neighboring flats, someone from school, schoolmates. We compare, or sometimes we compare to our own kids, where younger is compared to elder one, elder is compared to younger one. No, every kid is an individual, every kid is a special one. God has specially created every individual. So you have a son or a daughter, it is so special, it is so holy. So you cannot compare it to anyone. Do not go for comparing, because the comparison will create a kind of a grudge between the siblings, create a confusion between the siblings, or that anger, or that negative thoughts for the siblings will create. So kindly do not compare. Instead, in olden days, you have said, they were never complaining, they were never, that rivalry would come. If there was a fight between two brothers or two sisters, the parents would come in between and give beatings for both of them to show that you both are equal. But now what we do, we compare. So kindly stop comparing. This is a small video because it was a request from your end. Many of the parents came up to me and said that on parenting, because it's a big problem. It's not a big problem at all. Parenting is a blessing, it is not a problem. So these are the few things which I mentioned over video, which we have to learn from our elder people, 10 years back or 15 years back, or you yourself when you were a kid. See that environment. So don't change that environment, but instead bring the same environment to practice. Though there were number of people were more, and here it's just a mobile family, doesn't matter. But those attitude, those behavior which you practice, those difficulties which you went through, ensure that your kids also are going through it. Though not practically, but at least theoretically. On the mindset of them, give them knowledge, give them that experience, give them that exposure, give them that, what the problems you face, give them that idea, so that they lead a successful life, and you as a parent have a blessed parenthood. Thank you. Thank you.